But here's the starting lineup for Benny Fellhaber's group and the starting 11 for Sporting Kansas City 2. It'll be a 4-3-3 as well with the group. We're going to find out over the next 90 minutes and throughout the rest of this season. And we're just about ready to light this candle on a Sunday afternoon. And the whistle blows, and here we go. Great to have you on board for this one. Come in and stay a while with us here at MLS Next Pro. Well, Sporting KC2, a playoff team from a year ago. Ventura County looking to right the ship. It will be Pierre for SKC2. Chips it in. Here's Cruz firing it to the back post. Avila over his head, and it trickles out, and it goes out for a goal kick. MLS Next Pro MVP scored for Orlando, and Patrick Agumang for Charlotte, the former Crown Legacy performer. Work, and you're starting to see some of that. And speaking with all of these coaches throughout the league, and some of these certainly with U.S. men's national team experience, including Benny Fellhaber in his third season. As this ball goes into the box, it gets banged away, still loose in trouble, and a whiff from Ramos. And SKC minutes critical, and all coaches would agree with the sentiment of the fact that you can train as much as you want. You can put them in different situations during practice, but you need the game minutes, the experience that comes with that. Here's Ramos, the 17-year-old. Now slithering pass along this side. Cuevas shoots it forward. Perez turns, shoots, and bouncing ball picked up rather easily in the end by Sheway, but never in the midweek this week, taking down Irvine Zeta 2. And that too very important because they'll take on Irvine Zeta's first team from NISA in the second round on April 3rd of the U.S. Open Cup. Between Whitecaps 2 and Real Monarchs. Already have the early window cooking, closing up some of those matches. This ball trickled down. Ramos gives chase. Sheway, 21-year-old from Michigan. Extensive history with SKC2. Clark. Here's B-Boot. B-Boot thought about taking one from midfield. You could see him winding up on it. Sheway, though, able to get back into his... Back to Perez. Ramos debates. Ramos flings it in. Sheway, though, always there to cover it. We've seen it at the outset of this 2024 campaign. Cuevas. Perez. Right back, Cuevas. Has plenty of real estate, slides it in. There's plenty of space there, and B-Boot drills the shot. Ventura County scores first. It's 1-0. Well, look at all the space that ends up here for Cuevas. So much time and options to pick out, and B-Boot will not miss. That pass well out of the reach of Bryant. Cuevas sends it away. Goes out for a throw. This ball will not find the angle. Pierre will cover it. Sheway will send it away. Avila is offsides. Offside, rather. Bodies collide. There's a foul prior to that. That'll set up a free kick here for Ventura County. He said that he's a soccer junkie, watches games, not because he wants to scout a player or watch them, but just because he enjoys. SKC2 bowing out in the conference quarterfinals last year. Here is Avila. Trying to carry it a little too far, and he's going to be booked as well. Making the statement that, another look at it here, you can see him. It looks like he does get the ball cleanly initially, but it doesn't stop the cart at the end of the first half. And they held on to that. They will host Irvine Zeta, the first team, on April 3rd. Chucking pass over to this sideline, and the sprint now on for Ventura County. Lepley, plenty of choices here, decides to take aim. Blocked away. Bryant, scissor kick, gives it right back into the field of play, and a foul is whistled. And a free kick coming for Ventura County. This portion of the match is brought to you by Central Bank in the 11th minute. Here's a turnover. Where does this ball end up? It's a long shot attempt. Ambitious that time. The goalkeeping staff knew what kind of player that he was. First team goalkeeper that gets to train on a daily basis with that group. Rangy, tall. Well, last week it took until the 82nd minute for SKC to answer. Here's Avila. This time he'll try to be the conductor of this sequence. Bryant pings it. Out-swinging ball, knotted down and sliding wide. Rindov leapt into the air. Isaiah Parante, former member of Columbus Crew. Their first team for 2 years, and Crew 2 in 2022. Clark surveys, gets space. Clark bends it to the back post, and it glanced off of the body. Vivi drops it back. Advantage was going to be played, but they'll instead take the foul. Won't be anything. Ramos collects. Gets it back from Cuevas. Cuevas wants to go first time with it. Perez gets a touch, twirls. Perez shoots! What a strike that is! Spinning around, Jonathan Perez makes it 2 for Ventura County, and a 2-0 lead on the road. Perez, look at this. Among 3 defenders, even a 4th, and somehow found the area. For this season, last season. Here's a lengthy run. Eventually bounces away from Parente. Another promising sequence. Instead, it leads to a good counter. It's won cleanly, however, and Bryant walks out of there with it for a moment, but him reversing field gives it right back to Ramos. Ramos throws it through the middle. Perez touches. Perez shoots. This time, Sheway gets both paws to it. Here he goes. Swinging it around. It's headed by Afrifa. Goes over the top in the end. Cleared to the sideline. And there's a tackle to Shantret. Gladly takes the yellow there. Trying to put an end to that sequence. 300 minutes last year. Is the second SKC2 player to go in the books. B-Boot makes the run. Cradles it now. B-Boot shifts it over. Perez chests it down. Perez with a left foot. Hits the left post. Inches away from making it a third. Perez showcasing all the talent and skill now. Brings it down yet again with defenders swarming. Cannot control it, however. We'll get a second go at it. B-Boot nodding it along, chopped away. 2 minutes of stoppage time here in the first half as a foul whistled on Asenge. Here's the swinging ball in. Knotted out of trouble. And there's your first half whistle. Ventura County gets goals from B-Boot in the 11th minute and Perez in the 25th minute, as well as Dylan Flores. So 2 changes at halftime for SKC2. Well, those 2 pay off with something in the attack. Asenge. Asenge again asked into duty, and finally Scott has to sweep it away on one bounce. Cruz continues his run. Pierre back on it. Pierre to the line. Fires it over. One man is there. It is Cuevas. Afrifa touches it down to Shantret. It's a good touch from Avila. Takes a tumble. Is advantage played. His shot gets blocked. Avila sends it back now after taking a bump. High work rate. Clark through the middle. Swollen. Ventura County under a great deal of anxiety now. Pierre unable to bend it through, and it goes out. That we have seen from Sporting Kansas City. Very decisive, very aggressive. With the rain falling here, A spinning ball in. B-Boot the first man to it in white jersey. Pierre. Back to this sideline. Swallen mishits it. Throwing it in. Sent away. Into the middle of the park. Where does Ventura County regain possession here? Fine work here. An excellent takeaway by Cruz. Ortiz gets fouled. Avila scored in the 82nd minute. Pau Vidal scored in the 87th. He's on the bench. Expect to see him here in the second half. With space and time, B-Boot sends it back. Perez. B-Boot the target. B-Boot with the left foot. Clears it through. What a save! Shayway gets a left paw away from trouble to keep this match at a 2-goal differential. Perez runs. Perez turns. Sends it back. Cuevas. B-Boot the target. Comes loose. Vivi bounces it down and stings the strings. And it is a third for Ventura County, answering the early onslaught with Vivi's first goal of the season. It's the pressure, but ultimately it's the inability to clear this initial ball. Just a quick counterpunch from Ventura County. It felt like the momentum was wearing the light blue uniforms of SKC2 and community banking partner of Sporting KC. Corner kick on its way. Headed into the air and over everything by Delgado. Sent out wide. Pierre. Cruz twists, spins, pivots, punches. Avila goes down and a penalty. And a chance perhaps for SKC2 to get one back. And their best chance of the match will come here for Sporting Kansas City. Tashan shoots. He's denied. What a save from Brady Scott. Full lunge to his right, keeps it out, and preserves the clean sheet. He went left. You can see what Scott did.
Number 70, Roberto Hannigan. Substitution for Sporting Kansas City in this 61st minute.
Will one of the players on the field today make that impact soon? Here's a shot. Pierre carried it a long way. He misses wide. Karani had the game winner. Or check that. Yeah, the game winner against Irvine Zeta 2. Here's B-Boot. B-Boot! What a save. Shayway ensures that he gets all of this one and denies B-Boot a brace. Another. Delgado and Asenge both scoring last week. Couple in the goals from today. 5 players have scored the 5 goals this year for Ventura County. Here's Vidal. Vidal gets one back for Sporting Kansas City 2. He scored in his first 2 matches of the year, and it's 3-1. Well, he, just like B, slams on the brakes. Feeds Parenti again. Karani. Ramos swings it in. Shayway has to throw it over the top of the bar. Well down the yard again. B-Boot gives chase. B-Boot will come away with this one. Aaron B-Boot gives it over, sharing the wealth this time. Shot gets blocked though. Shalano had a chance to put the finishing touch on this one. 1 more minute to go. Maybe a few seconds more than that. Vidal, the goal scorer for SKC. Here's some space on this side. Cruz is in. Cruz tried the near post. It gets blocked away from Cuevas. Vidal in the middle. Hannigan cannot get it through. There is your full-time whistle. And it's a victorious day for Ventura County. And they've propelled themselves to the top of the Western Conference table.